and everything is going so good. It's like you connect with them, it's great, everything's awesome, and not 10 seconds later, you've already forgotten their what? Their name. And as a sales professional, honestly, what does that say about you when you forget the most important word in somebody's English language? That's what today's about. I'm going to teach you the 7 shuns of remembering people's names. You heard me right. T-I-O-N-S. The 7 shuns of remembering people's names. The reason we call these the shuns is because these need to be put into action. They are actually action words. First one is relaxation. Before you meet somebody, take a second to center yourself. Take a second to take a deep breath in. Relax. Put your hand out and meet them. One of the biggest reasons we forget people's names is because we're stressed out or because we're thinking about something else. Take a second to relax. This is the relaxation piece. Number 2 is repetition. Repeat someone's name to yourself 5 to 10 times in the first 15 seconds of meeting somebody. And it gets stuck in there, right? And here's what I don't mean. Do not walk up to somebody and say, hey, man, my name's Dave. What's your name? And they say, John. You're like, great, John. Don't do that. Do it inside of your head. And a little tip with this repetition one, it's always better to use it for the unique names. Don't use this one when you meet somebody named Mark. Don't use this one whenever you meet somebody that's John, because it's like those, they'll go away. If you say John 15, 16 times, it probably won't work. I met a woman named Shanaz not too long ago. Shanaz is an incredible name to try to say over and over again. That's actually what I did to remember it. So that's repetition. Number 3, and I'm going to go through these quick because I want you to get all 7 of them, because whichever one is going to work best for you once you use them, is utilization. Use somebody's name 3 to 5 times in the first 10 seconds of meeting somebody. That makes a connection. Here's how it goes. So whenever I meet somebody, let's say their name was Mark, I'll say, hey, my name's Dave, and they say, my name's Mark. And I'll go, Mark Johnson. Awesome, Mark. My name's Dave, like I said. What do you do for work, Mark? And then they tell you how many times I use Mark's name, 4 times. And it's just by that simple head nod. And it allows me to focus right when they say what their name is. If they say their name was Matthew, I'll say, awesome, Matthew John. Okay, Matthew Johnson. Oh, great. Well, my name's Dave, Matthew. And what do you do for work, Matthew? Or what are you doing here tonight? What are you hanging around for? Whatever. You can ask them another question by using your name 3 to 5 times in the first 10 seconds of meeting them. Find a way to use it. It'll stick with you. Number 4 is association. I like this one. Naturally, some names are alliterative patterns, aren't they? They rhyme. Whenever I say Hannah, you say banana. If you have teenagers, you say Montana, whatever. Angela Apple. When somebody says Gary Berry, you can make that kind of connection. And whatever it takes. I had somebody send me an email not long ago. They met somebody named Marijuana. It works. Whatever works, right? It's about playing the association game. Naturally, names create this alliterative patterns. That's number 4. Number 5 is recognition. I love this one. The recognition technique is powerful. If you are over 20 years old, you have got hundreds of faces and names and people's names that are grilled into your head. You need to bring them to the front, like right whenever you're meeting somebody the first time, you need to put them out there. So if I meet somebody named Bobby, my brother's name is Bobby. What you do is I take my brother's face and I connect them with him. I will put his face over their face, so whenever I see them, that is what I think of. And our minds think in pictures too, doesn't it? If I say ice cream cone, what do y'all see? You see the ice cream cone. You don't see ICE. You don't see it spelled out. It's a quick picture. It's a way to do this. And this one is so powerful. I can tell you, I've used this with, sports figures and you name it, right? If you meet somebody named LeBron, that's an easy one to work on. Or Brad Pitt. You can put that face in that name connection. And I've done this so many times. 2 years down the road, you could see somebody, and because our minds are so solid on pictures, I could see him in like a supermarket or something and be like, dude, Rick, what's going on, man? How you been? And Rick's like, hey, bro, you ever been there before? Dude, man, where you remember their name or someone else remembers your name and you have no idea who you're talking to. This is why these are so important. So that's number 5. Number 6 is a great one. This one is this finalization. You actually want to finalize that conversation. Whenever you are done talking to somebody, it was awesome meeting with you today, John. Capel, good to see you again, man. Monica, phenomenal time with you today. Finalize the conversation right when you are done speaking with them over the phone or face-to-face. Finalize it with their name. And then the last one, the 7th shun of remembering people's names, is picturization. Naturally, some names are pictures. When I say Robin, what do you see? Hopefully you see a bird. If I say reed, what do you see? Some people might see a book, some might see the little wooden thing that goes in a saxophone. If I say mat, I see a welcome mat. Bob, whatever, whatever you need to do, some names are automatically pictures. Bring those to the forefront. That's picturization. So these are the 7 that I've got for you. The most important thing to realize too with this names piece is that you don't forget a name. The common reality is you never knew it. So many times right when you meet somebody, it never even got in. It never even got past that first piece. And it is one of the most disempowering things in the world when people say, I am bad with names. So on this subject, go away taking one thing. If you can take one thing, and whether you try these techniques or not, stop saying I'm bad with names.